Hey there, my name is Cordula and I am a registered holistic nutritionist. And I would just like to quickly introduce myself before I start my teaching series for you guys. Um, I graduated from the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition, and I have made it my life's purpose to support women with a chronic illness or an autoimmune disease to get out of the overwhelm of the disease, to get rid of fatigue, to get rid of their symptoms, to get rid of the frustration, the overwhelm that comes with the diagnosis of a chronic disease. I help them to kick inflammation to the curb by educating them around nutrition, food choices, lifestyle choices, and wellness choices that all come together in a holistic approach in order to reduce symptoms and in order to help them create a life that they desire and deserve for themselves. So welcome to my 5-day free teaching series about a holistic approach to living and managing an autoimmune disease. I have chosen that topic because to some extent, all of us have been told who live with a chronic illness or an autoimmune disease are often being told that there's absolutely nothing you can do. Um, I was told the same thing when I was diagnosed almost a decade ago. And after living with my autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, I am the living example that it is absolutely 100% possible to reverse symptoms, to become symptom-free, and to really create the life that you deserve to live, regardless of whether you have a chronic illness or not. And there's so many things, so many ways you can approach this in order to get your body back into balance and to create that life. And you don't have to, so if anybody tells you that there's nothing you can do, you just take your meds and then that's all there is to it. Don't believe it, because there is a lot you can do, and we will talk about all these pillars throughout the next 5 days. So today is day 1, and today I chose the topic nutrition. So now nutrition is a really, really huge topic, and there's a multitude of different areas that come in nutrition within the field of nutrition that I could talk about that are equally important. I can talk about different kinds of foods that are anti-inflammatory and will help you reduce inflammation. I can talk about gut bacteria and how important it is to balance it out. But I have actually chosen a topic that is not often being talked about, and that is extremely, extremely important in order to live and thrive with an autoimmune disease or chronic illness every single day. It's one of the most critical areas to address in order to feel and get better, and that is gut health / digestive health. So you might be thinking, why is Cordula talking about gut health / digestive health, given that I'm suffering from an autoimmune disease? Here is the link. All of us with an autoimmune disease, we show symptoms of inflammation in our bodies. That is the common denominator that we have. The illness might show in different areas of the bodies. Your body will show symptoms where it's at where there is the weakest link. In my case, it was the thyroid. In your case, it might be the liver or bones or muscles, whatever it is. However, what we all have in common is the daily inflammation that is happening in our bodies. Our bodies are on a daily basis destroying healthy tissue in whatever area it is. And the main common denominator is that we want to reduce the inflammation in order to avoid destruction of cells, and in order to bring our body back into balance and to become symptom-free in the end. And that is why gut health is so important, because when you think about gut health let me go back for a second. When you nourish your body, when you nourish your body with nutrition, food, regardless of what you eat, the food and the nutrition always goes down the digestive tract. It's going through different stages of digestion, starting in the mouth all the way down into your intestinal system. And your food is being broken down and processed and made available for absorption and assimilation. However, where does absorption happen in the body? It happens in your gut. It happens in your small intestine. That is where you are actually absorbing the food that you're nourishing your body with in order to deliver all of these important building blocks, such as, like proteins, minerals, vitamins, whatever anti-inflammatory chemicals, whatever it is that you're consuming. The absorption happens in the gut. And if you eat the healthiest, most supportive diet in the world for your condition, you will not reap the benefits of them all if your gut health is suboptimal and there's inflammation maybe happening in the gut and you're not absorbing your nutrients. So gut health is really the foundation of it all when it comes to dealing and thriving with an autoimmune disease. And when we talk about gut, it's really the end stage of where food is going to go into from the moment we put it in our mouth. And today, in the nutrition, on the nutrition day today, I want to take a moment and talk about a topic that nobody really talks about, is how can we support our bodies in order for our gut to be able to absorb and assimilate our nutrients that we're providing our bodies with. And this we can do by just chewing our food. So I want to take a moment and talk about chewing your food. I know it's probably not a topic that you expected on day one in nutrition, and I chose that for a purpose because I know that not a lot of people talk about the importance of chewing food in order to support our gut health, which then leads into supporting our immune system, which then leads into reducing inflammation. So chewing your food. When you think about chewing your food, why do we chew our food? We chew our food because we want to break down the food into fiber, into the micronutrients that our body needs in order to provide them with our building blocks that we're made out of. And I always tell my clients, your stomach does not have teeth. Your mouth has teeth, and your mouth has teeth for a reason. And the reason is to mechanically break down the food into smaller particles. And then the next step, because when you think about your mouth in itself is really also its own little microbiome, its own little system in itself, because your mouth not only has teeth Your mouth also provides you with the saliva. And with the saliva come enzymes. And while your teeth break down your food mechanically, your enzymes are helping to break down your food chemically. So if you use your teeth and your saliva comes in with the enzymes will then take it from there and break down the food even more into all of its nutrients, and it releases all of the nutrients and breaks down all the fiber. So I want you to take a minute when you eat with every meal to take your time and to chew your food so that it becomes the consistency almost of peanut butter. It has to become that really mushy consistency that makes it really easy to swallow. Because then if you do that, you believe it or not, you have already provided your body with up to 70 to 80% of digestion of the carbohydrates. So your mouth with the enzymes and your teeth and the saliva and taking your time to chew and to make it in such a mush will actually pre-digest your carbohydrates up to 70 to 80%. So when you think about that, it's so easy for the rest of your body to then just absorb and assimilate these nutrients right away without needing to have to go through any further digestion down in the system. And the more you chew your food, the more you will relieve the other areas in your digestive system to become overburdened, because they will have to pick up the slack if you are swallowing whole chunks of food. Because the nutrients cannot be absorbed. Food cannot be absorbed when you swallow large chunks. So digestion will have to happen at one point or another. And if you swallow those large chunks, then you'll put the burden on the stomach as well as your pancreas and the intestinal system. So take a moment and chew your food and really prep it for absorption and digestion so that you'll take the burden off of it. You will thereby really support your gut. You will make it really easy for your intestinal system small intestine to absorb the nutrients and make them more available for your immune system that needs support. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was something that you haven't heard before, or maybe something that provides you with food for thought. The bottom line here is, not only is it important to choose the right nutrition, which, by the way, is very individual. It really depends on where your inflammation shows. And then you want to support this specific area with very specific nutrients. So everybody is very bio-individual and, reacts to different nutrition and nutrients in a different way. However, bottom line is that it is also super, super important to consider the way that we eat. Because like I said before at the beginning of the video, if you give your body these nutrients that you need, but you don't digest and absorb them properly, you will not get the benefits of them. It will have a direct impact on how you're supporting your body to reduce inflammation and really increase the net value of the nutrients that you're consuming. So I hope that makes sense to you. And like I said, I hope that gives you some food for thought. And please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or any concerns, and I will make sure to answer them. So tomorrow I will talk about mindset. And it's a really, really important pillar that we have to address when living with a chronic illness. It's actually really one of the most important pillars that we have to work on, because a chronic disease is a chronic disease and it's here to stay with us. It's not going to go away. So we really have to make sure that we get our mindset in the right place when we have the diagnosis. Again, it is possible, and I will talk about that tomorrow. So have a good day, everyone, and I hope to see you tomorrow.